Hello, my name is Ross, and we're gonna make chicken noodle soup. Let's get it. What goes hand in hand with soup? Bread. And what goes even better with bread? Homemade butter. So we'll make the dough for the bread first, and then we'll make the butter. Add your dry ingredients together. Also add the honey and the molasses to your dry ingredients. Don't mix yet. You see the bubbles in the yeast? That's because we proofed it. Add the yeast and the sugar to the warm water. Mix, let it sit till it bubbles. You have active yeast. Add that to your dry ingredients. Don't mix anything yet. You can use a standing mixer, a hand mixer. You can use your hands. I would rather the KitchenAid mix medium for about 5 to 10 minutes. You don't want it to be wet. If you need to add more flour, you want it to be this consistency. You're gonna add oil. Let the dough rise, cover in a warm place for about 2 to 3 hours. You want that to double in size. Now let's make butter. You need about let's say a half, anywhere from a cup to 2 cups of heavy cream. When it looks like whipped cream, you're about halfway there. Keep going until you start seeing liquid and the butter starts to solidify. There we go, just like that. It's gonna get messy. Keep going. I stopped pretty soon, but I would say keep going, and then remove the milk. It's buttermilk. Keep it safe. And then I would have probably thrown it back in there. But yeah, how's that look? This is when I tried to dry it up, but I would have thrown it back in the mixer. Try to get some more of that milk out. Whatever you prefer to do. You want to get as much of the milk out as you can. Now here's the fun part. Add whatever you want. I'm going to add pesto and a little bit of salt. And you could do this with your hands, or I'm just going to mix it again. Get it nice and cohesive. And I'll throw it in the fridge. Let it sit for a little while. So we got our dough rising. We got our butter pretty much ready. You can cut it into as many pieces as you like, depending on how large you want your rolls or loaves. Small biscuit lengths, or individual rolls, or I made 2 for me, just a little bit easier. And then just get them in the shape and the form how you want. Cover these, let sit for about 30 to 40 minutes. Now let's wash our hands. Let's get our chicken. Remember, sanitary is important. You want to bleach before and after, or however you do it. Let's pat our chicken dry. Get all that. I don't like that liquid. I like to get them nice and dry. Add the oil. Whatever seasonings you like. Season both sides, you know. So got a little bit of salt, a little bit of thyme, a little bit of rosemary, and I got some special seasonings I like to use. But yeah. bread on its second rise. We got the butter in the fridge. Let's let the chicken sit and get to chopping. Let's get all our ingredients: carrots, celery, onion. You know what? Before we get to chopping, I got something for you to do with the bread. Let's get some water, some oatmeal. Gonna dab some water on top graciously. Get that oatmeal all over the top, your preference. So oven would have been preheated to 350. We're gonna throw that in there for about 30 to 35 minutes. Now we cut our vegetables. You want to cut them close to the same size. Your preference for chunky or not so chunky. I like to go with a wide egg noodle, so I like it to be a little bit more chunky. This means like your chicken, you probably want to cut to close to the same size. Everything's kind of in the same ballpark. We want to get that pan nice and hot. We're going to sear both sides for each side about 2 minutes. And then we're going to throw it in the oven. Get that perfect oven roasted chicken. Get your temperature at about 165. Now we put the chicken in the oven, and I almost forgot garlic. I should have cut the garlic up earlier. But it's never too late, right? So we'll get our garlic prepared and get our second pot nice and warm and keep it moving. Our bread's done. Let's take that out. Check it out, make sure it looks good. Let that sit for a while before you cut it, at least 15-20 minutes. It'll still be warm. Fresh garlic, oh yeah, pop the noodles in, don't forget the salt. And time is everything. You know I like a hot pan. Throw that oil in there. A little bit of butter. You want to hear that sizzle. Let that swim in there. This is a good time to add sofrito if you have it. If not, you're going to throw that bouillon, that chicken bouillon in there. Stir that around. Let's throw the garlic in there. You don't want it to burn, so it's not going to sit in there too long. We're just going to throw all the vegetables in there. You just want to get that initial aroma going. You want to mix it well. You don't want it to burn. It's not a stir fry. Add some more seasoning. I don't like to add the broth yet. I like that to cook down a little bit, get those flavors really marinating. Cook that down. Don't forget to check the noodles. I always like to stir them once in a while. Let's check on our chicken. Should be done. It's been in there for about 10 minutes. We'll put a temperature gauge on there, the thermometer. Looking a little translucent, not too much. Yeah, we getting right there. Always good to have a thermometer just to check, double check, make sure everything's good. It'll cook a little bit longer, so we're good. We'll add our broth. And then you want that to come up to a simmer, but we're gonna cut our chicken, get that in there quick. We just don't want that to overcook. It's not a long boiling, simmering soup. I like to cook everything first, basically, and just let it sit for just not too long. So let's cut our chicken. I like to dice my chicken. You can throw your chicken in the food processor or the KitchenAid. Blend it, shred it with your fork. I like to dice it, and let's add that. I didn't put all the broth in there. I'm gonna add more though. Keep mixing it well, and like I said, we'll add some more broth. Get those flavors to really marinate. Definitely start tasting. See if you need to add more seasoning. And add the extra broth, and there you have it. Let that simmer as long as you want. Let's cut our bread. You know how to dig in real quick, test it, test the butter. But yeah, that's the basic right there. I don't like to put the noodles in the soup. I like to cook them and then set them aside, and then add the noodles to the bowl, and then add the soup in the bowl. That's how I like to do that. But to each his own. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like more. Check out the other content. I really appreciate it. And I hope you guys enjoy. Any comments, I would love to hear. Thanks.